Good evening and welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condre.
Benchmonster here, as usual.
Welcome to the show.
The Benchmonster. That is my nickname. I am here.
We are here.
We are here. That's a new
We're
hat
happy
you got.
that you are here.
Tell us about your hat. It's a West Side hat. Pretty cool, I thought. I bought myself one too.
You can already tell.
What?
God,
Nitro.
damn, from the logo.
Yeah, on the back, yeah.
But if you didn't catch that,
WSBB.
you just have to wear it straight so you can see it.
That's a flat bill
WSBB,
too.
West Side Barbell, baby. Somebody asked me if it was world's strongest bad bitch.
Well, it's that too if you want it to be.
I like that. I like that too.
Yeah, well, it is West Side Barbell, just for the record.
Yes, it is West Side Barbell.
Hey, well, unless you didn't read the description of tonight's show, we will have next week a guest. I know that's new to you guys, having a guest, because we haven't had one for so long. We're going to have Daniel Ryjov on the show, and I'm excited.
We're very excited about it.
I spoke to him at the Arnold last year, and he said he would do the show.
Spoke to him after he was in the animal cage.
That's right.
We watched him perform with
Julius Maddox, Thomas T. Davis.
T.D. Davis.
Yeah.
Julius was there, but he hadn't went yet.
Okay.
Ryjov and T.D. were benching together at that time. It was cool.
Yeah. He put up 600 like an empty bar. So we'll be able to pick his brain on raw lifting, benching, how many times a week does he bench, how strong was he in high school, who got him into lifting, how he healed from injuries, and it'll be fun.
A lot of good stuff.
You know the basic questions we have, and
we're basic, but we just enjoy hearing, like, you know, it's fun to hear how people, you know, how people got into lifting and powerlifting and how strong they were in high school and, you know, some of our usual questions. And then we'll have some probably new questions more specific to Daniel
the lifter
himself.
Yeah. And we and the chat box,
he's
you
a
guys.
raw bench guy, so
you know how it works in the chat box. As we interview him, she'll have her questions. I'll have about 4 of mine. We'll hit the chat box and
have some good questions.
Good questions. Yeah, it'll be a good show.
Let's.
Well, who was our last guest we had on?
Time.
Ken Lane?
I don't even.
Has it been that long?
No, I don't think so.
No. Yeah, I just haven't been reaching out to people.
It's been a minute.
Because it's a lot to ask somebody. You know, people work, have lives, and
it's 1 week. We're not asking them to commit to be here every episode.
It'd be nice if for the
it's
Texas,
not as big of a deal
Florida time zones to have our show like at 4 or something. I know that's weird, but
it's not as big a deal as you think.
But he's a night owl like me, so it should work out good. I'm excited.
It should.
And we need to get those questions
Amped
up.
For it.
I told Daniel I'd email him just so he can look them over, so he knows what to expect. You know, our basic questions, and it'll be fun. I'm excited. My raw bench is in the gutter right now, so I'd love some advice, and I want to know how many times a week he bench presses. What does that consist of? How his programs are worked. Yeah, I need help.
All sorts.
So he's right up my alley. Gonna give me some great advice. I'm so excited. So
yes, we're very excited for that. So make sure
you join in next week.
That you join us next week.
Don't miss it.
You're not gonna want to miss it. It's not just these 2 bozos we've got.
Yeah, and we'll probably have a lot of people because he's gonna
talk to.
He's gonna put it out on social media. I'm gonna put it out. So we should have a wide variety of people that come visit. So are you gonna be ready to ask him the questions?
Yeah. I've been ready.
Okay, I'll print them out for you, and then we'll go over them.
They're bored of us.
Yeah, they're bored of us. I agree. They've seen enough of this.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a break. I mean, you still have to see our faces, but
unfortunately,
you get to see somebody else. Somebody cool.
Well, you know, there was a lot of videos that were submitted to me in my email, and I appreciate it. That helps me a lot. I went out and got some other videos, so I got almost 2 pages of videos. We do have a speed bench and a max effort to show you for once. So, and that was quite fun. We did some things. We're trying different things now. Now that the competition's over, we're doing some different things and kind of switching it up a little bit, kind of shock the muscle. And we'll look at that when we get there. Let's start out with some videos. I got the main point across is that we're having a guest.
Yes, Daniel Ryjov.
That's most important.
Next week.
Don't
miss it.
Be here.
Be here. be here, have some questions.
Or you're going to have to catch it on replay, and that's no fun.
It's more fun live.
It's
you can
live.
actually
You can interact with the
them.
guest, obviously.
You know,
Okay.
Get them a good audience and get them some good questions to answer. And...
Let's roll into some videos. I got quite a few here. A lot of them require backing, so I'm very sorry that I got to put a backing up. Everything goes blank for a minute, and then I got to go find the video, but these just don't fit in the screen. I can't, well, I can enlarge them and stuff, but then they don't fit in the screen. It's weird. I wish there was something I was doing wrong where I didn't have to put a backing up and just play it. I probably am, because this thing updates itself, and I have no control over it, so I think I'm missing some type of issue in the system. I'll see what I can find. There's actually a forum for OBS, and I need to go look at it and see what the hell I'm missing out on, because I just like to click and play. A lot easier than having to and then I play the wrong video sometimes, and that works. First up, good buddy of mine, old school friend from Spokane, Washington. That's Brent Mikesell. He's a great powerlifter in his day, and retired now, I believe. Probably still works out though, I'd imagine. Yeah. This video, it goes back to 2003. It's Brent Mikesell. He had 3 deadlifts on here, but the major point was to get the 804 deadlift on here. And he did it at the West Coast Open, Newport, Oregon. We were there for a show. West Coast. Remember that year? 2012, 13, 12, something like that? Yeah. End of the year? Yeah. It was like this. Open. I wanted to go out in the ocean, but
we were warming up and had this giant window and you could see the ocean.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Warm up.
That's also where me and Mike Lupacek tried the 7-pound hamburger. Yeah. Now, I thought that was 7 pounds hamburger bun, ham, onions, egg. It was 7 pounds of meat and the rest of it. That was crazy. I was doing some keto stuff back then, or carb night solution they called it, and so it was my cheat night, and I just did a typewriter method. I took that thing, put it up on the side, and ate it like an ear of corn. I beat Lupacek that night, so he had to buy me 2 Heineken. Okay, let's go on. Let's see Brent Mikesell here doing 804. I was able to enlarge this one a little bit, but it fills the screen. 804 here, pretty easy for this guy. Squatted 1100 and something back in his day. Up in Red Deer, I think, Canada, right after the Arnold. He hit it up there. Used to have his own gym. Really awesome. Nicest guy in the world, too. That's an easy lift, Brent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'd be excited too.
And he was like 340, I think. He was a big man.
I believe it.
Yeah. Good job, Brent.
Nice.
Yeah. Good to see that. Somebody sent me that, and that kind of fired me up. I haven't seen.
What year did you say that was?
2003. That was after the 800 bench and yada yada yada. Next I have is Eric Freeman. He's benching 350, which is a new PR after 4 back surgeries he's had. That's crazy. I wanted to ask where, lower back, lumbar, but that's a lot of back surgeries, man. So we're gonna play that right now. Mr. Freeman here, cracking out a 350. Self handoff. Looks like he's got the dark side elbow wraps on. I have those. Good job. In fact, they're right there. Why don't you show them? These are the really long ones, though. Yeah, those are good. You can wrap your elbow a good amount of times. Good job, Eric.
Very badass. Nice
One rep has sent me a video. Yeah, it's him hitting 500 off a 3-board in his Overkill gray line shirt. Apparently, he was telling me this shirt is a poly type shirt with a lot of stretch in it. And it kind of got me excited talking about it because I like, phenoms and the old school ones that had a lot of stretch in them. There's a little bit of video bounce here. And finally, we get to the 3-board here. In his new shirt. And you know what I say. I like him in his Mindy X Factor.
Nice work,
Good job, 1 rep.
Good, strong as ever.
Training at AJ's gym, I believe.
Love it.
I don't know who this guy is, but it was sent to me, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to put it on the show. Apparently, this is Benchmonster, November 8th, 2008. I don't know anything about it. I got to put a backing up.
Ah!
That's you.
That's me.
Rick Solan there.
I'm a baby.
Oh, there's Getchell. He passed away. Rayberg, he's passed away. Wow, I didn't.
Jason should be somewhere in there.
Jason, yep, over there. The
Yep.
3 guys that have passed away in
That's
this video. That was
scary.
tough. I just saw that.
Mm.
Larry Bush, Jason Payne, and Paul Roch, best handoff guys I've ever had. When I went to a meet, I paid for their plane tickets because I needed those guys there to do what I do best. This is actually where I did IVs to get my water weight back. One of my favorite lifts here because it gets stuck, and then I spread the bar. Right there, I'm like, I got to push that bar apart. Boing! And that's locked out. There's no give me there. And that's history right there. Still impressive lift. I don't care. Thank you, Benchmonster, for sending that. It wasn't me. It was somebody sending.
Different Benchmonster?
No, I think it was Ironside Productions that sent me that.
Wow.
I just want to throw it on there
That's cool.
in case you haven't seen it. I'm sure you have.
World record.
Yeah. Next up,
Seen it
Kyle
for a
B.
while.
We got Kyle B. He sent me 2 more videos. I didn't get him on the show in time, but I did get this one. It's him hitting 405 for 3 paused reps. And he says there's a little bar whip here also. So let's check out Kyle's 405 here. Let's see some bar whip. This is your local basic gym, basic bench press bar, I think. People
Like
stop and
everybody's
and
watching,
stare. Yeah. They don't see that often. 405 is a fucking great bench. I still think 315 is.
Yeah, look at the nods.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, he's got that. Kyle B, good job, sir.
Nice work. Looking strong. Making that look like a toy, son.
Toy with the paws.
Playing with it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
This one was sent
Nice
to me,
work.
and this is Ed Cohen. And he's doing squats here with 975 with knee wraps and a belt. I think it's a single. Let's check out Mr. Ed Cohen here. The man, the myth, the legend, the
legend.
GOAT. The original GOAT. Period. That guy did miss workouts, trained, and hopefully we'll have him on the show one day. He said he'd do it.
Just a matter of you reaching out to him.
I know. Just to hear him talk is just awesome. I was privileged to sit next to him for about an hour at the Arnold a year or 2
At
back.
least.
We talked about a wide variety of topics. It was very
Yeah,
fun.
He's got some great stories.
And he can palm a basketball. His fingers and hands are bigger than mine. He's got like these octopus tentacles for fingers. He's super cool. 975 right here. Walking it out. Knee wraps. That's raw in my book. What a toy.
Bro. Very nice.
Wow. Good job, Ed. As always.
As
The best-
always.
The best there is right there.
Kick ass, dude. He's such a badass.
Badass.
I love that guy.
Next up, this was sent to me here. This is Jesus Oliveira. He squats 1,003. He's training for Worlds, is what it said. I don't know what Worlds, but Jesus, had him on here before, squatting a bunch of times, but there's nobody there spotting him.
Oh my god, I was just
He's
gonna
all by
say that.
himself.
Holy shit.
It's do or die.
Oh my god.
He knows he's got it. Like a
I don't
toy.
know if I've ever seen somebody do 1,000
1,003.
with no spotter.
Sleeves, too.
I don't think. Have you ever seen that before? No spotter.
Not much. No.
I don't know if I've ever
Yeah,
seen
all by himself out there with that weight. That's awesome. This one caught my eye off of Instagram, actually. And this is Joseph Tumbarello benching 709.5 is what it came to with a pause. This guy, we got to get him on the platform here. This is a beast. A little bit of pause, and he locks that out.
Nice.
That's cool. 700.
Crap.
He weighs about 256, I believe, give or take.
That's insane.
That's a badass lift right there. I had to double look, like 700? Jeez,
crazy.
guy. Fuck, I wish I was that strong. This one here, I had this guy on before pulling like an 821. This is Nonso, Chinye, Chinye. I'm not going to try. I did my best. He's blasting an 892 deadlift at 20 years old. That's 20, people. I had to stop and watch here. That's close to 900. And I don't think that bar bends very well. I think it's pretty much a normal bar. Like there's no 4 inches of slack and then the weight comes off the ground. Very impressive. Oh, and he's got 925 in him. Come on. Yeah, we're going to see a lot from him. I think he lifts probably in the USAPL or something like that, probably.
You think?
I'm guessing. That one that have the MC guy, the tall guy.
Yeah,
yeah, whatever federation that is. I think he's in there.
Yeah, I know.
And he's legit, man. Now,
Yeah,
I
impressive.
didn't think much of this guy when I saw him at the Arnold, but Sam Sulik. I had to stop and look because 585 squat. And I want to see Sam do a 585 squat here. Looks like he's just raw as can be, not even a freaking belt.
Wow.
Yeah, this caught my attention here. Yeah. Hats off to this guy.
All right.
I can't remember how
he's got a crazy big. I could not believe what a hit he was at the Arnold.
Hit.
And Arnold made a post thanking, like being happy that it was an honor to have Sam Sulik at the Arnold. I was like,
that's impressive right there.
Like that, yeah.
Jesus, kid. Legit. Oh, that's all right.
Wow.
Hey, I'm impressed, dude.
All right.
I didn't know he was that strong.
But he his lines were sold out. Like it was just I don't think anybody else at the Arnold
had a bigger line.
More people. Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
It was wild, absolutely crazy.
And he's not that big of a dude.
Well, like at that point, he hadn't even done a competition. Like I didn't understand.
He looked like he was like 240.
Where the draw was coming from. I mean, that's impressive. But like we're talking, like I said, Arnold Schwarzenegger made a post being so happy and excited and honored that he was at his Arnold.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
well, he's an internet sensation, and
like he has done something right marketing himself.
Yeah,
like
doing well.
I can't say I've seen his videos, so I don't know. Like.
But I never seen him lift heavy, and then now I have.
I will give him that. That was
Now I want to see what he can bench.
Yeah, me too.
Eric Lillibridge. Anytime I see him pulling something, I gotta stop and I gotta grab it. This is Eric Lillibridge deadlifting 925. 925, people. Eric, the big dog right here. Traps to the ears.
Is this recent?
I don't know. It could be from a long time ago. I don't care. It carries its weight right here, 925. Ernie coaching along, getting in his head. This guy's a beast, man. He's a great fucking 3-lift lifter. One, two, three, and big breath air. Boom. Nice job, sir. Yeah.
Very nice.
Right?
Damn.
That's not playing around.
This is from?
No, I do not. But that is a great lift. Great camaraderie and
so cool.
Fatherly support right there. They're good people.
Cool. They are.
Nicest people
cool.
you ever meet.
We've met them a couple of times, and they're just genuinely good, kind, nice people, fun to talk to. Can't say enough positive things about them for sure.
Guy on my team named Jose Mendoza has been doing. He's a 3-lift lifter, but he benches a shitload too. You're going to see him on max effort, destroy everybody. Here he's pulling 661. I think he weighs about 259 ish, give or take on any given day. But here's a little 661 going. He wants. He believes that he can total 2,000 his first time out, and he wants to do 2,700 total. So he's got years to go, and he's willing to put in the work. You know, he shows up he's in the gym the same days I am, and he's balanced it so that none of these heavy days on squats or deadlifts affect his bench, and he's doing the right things. And he's got a little crew that we lift with now too. But this is a strong kid, and he's going to go a long way.
Impressive.
Yeah, he wants it.
Jose.
He wants it. Like he wants it. He's hungry.
Yes, he is.
And he shows up. He doesn't miss workouts.
Committed.
Can't say enough about him. We're going to check out speed bench now. And this, I wanted to throw a wrench in the wheel. And I believe we start out, I thought hanging some kettlebells on the bench bar would be a good idea. But I went over and I grabbed 62-pound kettlebells. So that was 124 pounds in kettlebells on top of the bar weight. We started out too heavy and it was too slow, so we had to drop the weight so we can move it with some type of speed. But let's check it out. So 2 plates just was moving too slow, and it was very, very hard. And I'm gonna try, but I think we dropped a plate and a quarter because this was a little bit too much weight. Even though it looks like it's moving fast, it's just, I thought it was too heavy, so my decision was go down and wait a little bit. So, but Jose, he's gonna do it. Well, I thought we moved down and wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Very strong. Very easy. Those kettlebells do swing a little bit. Creates a little bit of fun. Yeah, we did move down. I thought this would be a little bit more speedy. You still get the wiggle of those kettlebells, but you're able to move it a little quicker. So this was back to back to back stuff here. I don't know what the rep scheme was. I think 5s or 6s. I don't remember. 5. Yeah, probably it was 6. 6 sets of, I don't know how many sets we did. 4 sets of 6. I don't know. Anyway, you get the gist of it right here. We didn't change kettlebells. We just took off some weight. And that seemed to work a little better. It's nice to be on the big bench again with the big bench pad. That was fun. It was something different, you know. Went over to decline, and I think we started with 2 plates, and of course we got the 3. I knew Tuesday was coming up, and I think I did 2 plates and a quarter. Last time I did 4 sets of 315 on there, kind of zapped me on Tuesday. Jose's going to do 3. It's not an issue. Poppy. That's good. And he wasn't affected on Tuesday, you'll see. But I just stuck with this. Try to move it quick. Did 4 sets of 6 here also, I believe. Then we didn't have a mini band because somebody broke it, so I had to grab the micro here, and what we did is hook it to the bottom pin, and then we wrapped it again around the bar, give it some type of resistance there, and we're using the axle bar. Decline extensions. These are pretty damn good. And I'm sandbagging, as Jose would say. But you want to make sure those elbows are warmed up. And of course we add weight. That's actually a 25 and a 10. I know it doesn't look like it, but those plastic covered weights are kind of weird looking. And sets and reps, I don't remember, but higher volume on this day. That's why we probably did 6 sets of 6, I would imagine. And just keep rotating back and forth. One get up, one get in. Jose's got 2 25s on each side, plus the micro minis. It's really nice the way those are anchored behind the lifter. It's right in the line of extension. That's what I'm after there. Got out my football bar, thought we'd do some extensions with that, letting it land on the rack behind, the safety rack, and extend upward. Stay tight at the bottom and try to explode, get it started as fast as possible. Looks like we got 2 25s on each side, 1 calibrated and 1 gym weight. Or is that a 10? God, I can't tell. Well, that concluded that. We did some push downs and maybe some rear delts too, or a pec deck. That's not really interesting to see. So looks like I'm flying solo again. I don't know why that is. Every time I do this show, this empty chair, it's gone. No respect. Anyway, let's check out Max Effort. Nate Brandon Horse, I think on Friday, hinted about doing one of my favorite movements, and that's a double light band to the bar. So basically a double light band doubled up on each side basically equivalates to, at the top with the bar, 225 pounds without a weight on it. So if you can understand that type of band tension. We used a gym band. If we had brand new light bands like I have somewhere in this house, it would have been 180 at the top and then 45. So that would have been legit. So I was kind of, I don't think they're 180 because they're a little stretched out. So I was going 170, something like that. And regardless of the fact, it's very heavy and hard. And I told the guys, I said, let's just do, you know, we're going to do it just to appease Nate Brandon Horse. And our main movement's going to be floor press, which we're going to go to next. Well, 90% of the guys crapped themselves out on this first lift. I backed out at 3 plates because I wanted to conserve some energy for floor press because that was the main movement. We were just doing this for shits and giggles. Let's check it out. So 1 plate and 135 and 170 pounds of band tension at the top. And we were using 2 board. That was the plan. Dan's got plate and a quarter on there. It adds up pretty quick when you start putting weight on there. Big Joe here doing 2 plates. That band is trying to drive that bar through your body into the ground. So I go 2 plates. And like I said, we didn't want to fatigue ourselves here. Just hurry up and do a few singles. Here's 315 and 170. And I was like, I'm good with that. I want to go floor press. But people stayed and continued on. Here's 3 plates for Jose. Hines going 3 plates and a quarter, plus 170 at the top. Really hard. He tried 4 plates, but this happens sometimes. Yeah. Jose here, the winner of the day, annihilated everybody with this 405. That's about 575 at the top. Locked it out. Very impressive. He's done a lot of 500-pound movements here in the past few weeks since the contest. Floor press is where we wanted to go, but a lot of people were taxed and didn't want to do it. That left, I don't know, three of us out of, well, did Starrett do it? I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4 people out of 6. 3 plates, 2 of my chains. My chains are 20 pounds a piece. That's 80 in chains and 315. I was shot a little bit too, but I'm gonna go up raw and then I'm gonna put on the Widowmaker or something. So I want to move some weight. It's max effort day here. Here's Starrett with 4 plates and a chain. Pretty damn good lift right there. Here you got the Widowmaker out, got 495 and 80 in chain. Kind of like this Widowmaker. It fits me really good now that I'm up in weight a little bit. Dan slipped on the 2-ply. He's got 585 and 80 chain. I didn't bring in a shirt this day because I was just going to use the Widowmaker, but hey, it was fun. I enjoy lifting. Got some good reps there. Starrett threw on a Widowmaker and tried 6 plates, and I'm stumbling as I hand off. That looked good. He took a few days off. That's why he said he was fresh. Here's me with 6 plates. Not very fast, but it is what it is. We got out our new tricep extension bar. Haven't used that in a while. Haven't seen it in the videos for a while. So once again, we don't have mini bands. I broke out the micro mini again, hooked it to the bar, and then wrapped it around itself again. Trying to create a little bit of tension there. Resistance to make it harder. Don't make things easier, make them harder. I keep forgetting we have this bar, and we have a rogue football bar cambered over there too we need to break out. So instead of a decline, now we're doing flat. Ashley, is that quarters on there?
Yeah.
Okay, look like 35s.
I know.
It's weird. Yeah, that's a tricep burner. Anyway, we got up to a plate. I don't know what that micro mini is doing, really. How much resistance that's causing, I don't know. But I can't just do straight weight. I have to make it awkward and hard. Faster down, faster up. Like that bar. It was a good investment. We're getting a lot of use out of it. Jose here, plate and a 10. I need to break out my dark side cuffs. I've been wearing those lately. That look good. Broke out the Saxon bar here. No bands, just a square bar. A lot of fingertip strength here trying to grip this thing. And that bar is about 40 pounds. You got a quarter and a 10. It's pretty tough. And apparently that's not the real Saxon bar. I guess the real one's 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches. I think this one's 3 something. But anyway, it's a different bar. It's harder. Triceps are wondering what the hell's going on, and that's what we want. I'm going to try a plate. I need to start wearing my mouthpiece because I'm gritting. I'm going to crack another tooth before I know it. That's pretty tough right there. And that concluded max effort. We did some rope pushdowns, and that was it. Done for the day. Tomorrow is speed bench. Don't know what we're doing, but it'll be fun, innovative, and it won't be the same rigmarole. We're going to do some different things. Talk to Jose about it, and we kind of have an idea, but we'll never know until we get there and get things moving. Should be about 3 of us there tomorrow. Some people miss workouts quite often, but the crew that'll be there tomorrow doesn't miss. We are in the chat box now, and I want to make one more
reminder.
Yeah, reminder. Daniel Ryjov next week.
Ryjov.
Guest.
Next Thursday.
7 p.m.
Benchmonster TV, 7 p.m.
You'll see him
here.
on here.
We're excited. Make sure you don't miss it.
Ask some raw bench press questions because he knows a lot.
Some good questions.
And I want to pick his brain.
Raw bench guy and really successful. So let's utilize his knowledge while we have him.
Yeah.
Get some good questions and
come and ask him in the chat box. We'll get to it.
We will absolutely get to the chat box. You know, we'll go through our questions for those of you that haven't been on. It's been so long since we've had a guest.
Yeah.
We might have people that haven't seen the show with the guest yet. So basically we go through our questions. We kind of have a series of questions that we ask that are fairly similar, you know.
And he's in Texas.
Were you in high school?
Which is only a 2-hour difference instead of a 3. So that's cool. Yeah. Oh, I didn't interrupt. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm done.
I get excited. I'm sorry.
So, yeah, make sure you don't miss it. We're excited. It'll be a good show. Stop by and ask some questions.
Stop by and ask. All right, head us to the chat box.
All right, to the chat box I go. Hello. So we got James Forgal.
Yep.
Hello, Ryan and Ashley. All is going great. Lifted real light this week. All band work went well, nice and light for 10 to 15 reps. Hope you are both doing well and staying healthy and strong. God bless.
Thank you, James, and hope
you
you are too.
Hope you are too. Hope you're going, you know, hope things are going better and you're feeling better and recovering well. glad to hear you were able to get a little bit of a workout in. Smart to play it safe and stick to the bands. Glad you were able to get something in. Keep it up, but keep being smart and listening to the body.
Take care of your health, man. That's priority number
make
one.
Sure you take care of yourself. Like I said, awesome that you're getting to work out. Sounds like you're playing it really smart. Make sure you keep playing it smart. Don't get overexcited and push it too much. Right? You got time. It's important that you just go slow. And the band work is a good idea because it's kind of hard to overdo it too much if you're working with all bands. So, I mean, not impossible, but it's easier to kind of control. And so just continue that 10 to 15 reps. Sounds like you're being smart. You know what you're doing. So just keep doing it.
He also says he'll never be tired of the Benchmonster family.
Thank you.
Well, we do get old after a while. Yeah, you got to see some guests. I understand.
That.
It's my fault, and I'm doing my best. We get one guest, and
you're not really doing your best.
Well, having a guest on, I am. All right, Kyle.
Finally, a guest that agreed to doing it a year ago.
Yeah, over
a year ago now.
Well,
you guys talked about it at the Arnold, and he said he'd absolutely
do it. Well, we're doing it.
Finally, we're able to reach out and get him set for a date. So that's exciting. We're excited, and we hope you guys can make it. Kyle, I made it in here. LOL. Was totally driving. LOL. Late but here.
Good to see you, Kyle.
Good to see you. Better late than never. We played your bench video. Very impressive. When we saw all the people in the back stop what they were doing to watch your set, they were clearly super impressed as well. You got everybody nodding at the end when you finished, like the nods of approval. And amazement. So nice work making it look like a toy, man. Keep it up.
Hey,
Keep it up.
Troy's on here. What's he saying?
We got Troy Legg, Ryan's best friend.
Ryan,
from childhood. And they've been friends all this time.
Yeah. What's he saying?
Hey, Ryan, Dad and I are squabbling. He has a crown and he wants to test me. Uh-oh. Be nice to your dad.
Crown is Crown Royal. His dad drinks Crown Royal. And he wants to test him.
I thought it was like he's thinking he's the king of the... Okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. Okay.
Yeah, you put Crown Royal in the picture, anything can happen. I've seen it.
Maybe just keep your distance while he's got the crown. You know, wait to chat too much till the morning when he's crownless.
Kyle.
Thanks for joining us, Troy. Always a pleasure to have you here, pal. Kyle, not sure what I missed. Sorry. I was driving back from Wally World. LOL. And yes, Tombrello competes, has pressed 540 in comp. I think he's gotten red lights on 580 and 600 a few times, though. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know he competed.
Interesting. We'll have to see if we can find that.
Well, he looks like he's ready to rock now.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Kyle, I don't know. I've seen some sketchy Tumbarella videos where people are dropping 45-pound plates on their toes and they're bouncing off like a rubber super ball.
What? Send me the video. I can see it in my head, but if you have a video of that, I'd like to see it. Next, Kyle, about the Lily Bridges here.
Hey, the Lily Bridges are awesome lifters and have a great squat cue video with Mark Bell. Also, sport some epic lifting music playlist. Nice.
I never listened to their music.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
And man, I can taste a 300 kilogram plus deadlift right now. I got 2 reps at 620. No problem. But this week I was so fatigued I missed 635. Hey,
we'd love to see some deadlifting videos
good.
from you.
Yeah. Send them over.
Yeah.
Send them over, sir. We would like to see them.
1 rep.
1 rep. Made it just barely in time for speed. Ha ha ha. All is well. Love y'all. The kettlebells on the side look interesting. It's a fun little touch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, One Rep. Glad to have you here.
I think we're going to break out the Emax bar, the bamboo bar, and hook some weight on that too, because I believe that, is that locked up over there still, or did I bring it home?
Well, I don't know.
It might be over there. We should break that out and use it. Usually we do it for really light at the end of the workout, but when you put like 300 pounds on there and bench that bad boy. Kyle.
Someone turned me on to the Lily Ridge method that only goes heavy on deadlifts every third week, which is about where I'm at as week 3 of heavy deadlifts. I'm gassed. I'm easily repping over 600 though.
Well, Kyle, I need to see it on video, and so does everybody else. Please send.
Very nice. Yeah, send those videos over. We'd like to see them.
And like I said, Kyle, earlier in the show, I got a few more from you. I just didn't get them on the show, but they will be, actually next week we won't have, we'll have a pretty stacked show with maybe 2 max efforts and 2 speed benches the following week though, because I'll still record tomorrow and Tuesday, and yeah, so could have quite a few videos. Let's see.
Kyle, I want to blow up the chat. Excuse me. I'd also add that installed to use what you and Ashley had recommended about pausing first rep and subsequent reps done as tap and go works great. Thanks. That was my suggestion.
That was your suggestion.
Thank you. I'm glad you tried it, and I'm glad you like it. I love it. I think it's a great way to do it. I'm glad you tried it and are enjoying it. I started. Okay, so say I started to use what Ashley had recommended about pausing first rep. I gotcha. Yeah, spell checkers. Everybody seems to have problem with spell checker on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no limitations turned on.
People.
You can say cuss words. I allow you to speak freely.
Well, yeah, that's not. I mean.
But I don't know why that spell checker is so hardcore.
We have everybody kind of having those issues, and then, saying spell checks being a bitch. So you're not the only one. For some reason, spell checker does not
play well here.
On here. I don't know what's going on.
Talking about the Saxon bar.
The Saxon bar looks interesting, like a 4x4.
Yeah, it's actually a 3 something by 3 something. It's not the actual real one. And Mike Cromer, the owner of the gym, is a strongman competitor, and he told me that. So, but yeah, it's different and awkward, and just something to throw in, a specialty bar to do things with. They do it for deadlift and do it the other way and try to grip that thing.
They actually?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or I don't think they overhead press with it, but I think they bend over. We had a guy on the show in a video do that with the Saxon bar.
Did he?
Picked up like 405. Like shit. Ryjov is the self lift off king for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah, just gets it out in his line and benches it easily.
Yeah, he does.
I want to find out how long he's been lifting. I can't wait for all the questions. I'm excited.
We'll have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. Kyle, hey, thanks. And yeah, I still have no idea what the guy in the background's issue was. LOL. I think he thought I was going to fall. So fail. So I'll just go with that he was impressed.
Yeah, they were impressed.
That's what I thought. That was totally the vibe I got, was that they were impressed, for sure.
Yeah, everybody will stop and look. 315, 400. People don't see that often, so it's...
No, I mean, even on the last one, he didn't look like he, doubted. I totally thought they looked impressed.
Yeah, with the pause, too. That's awesome.
And then, when you rack it, you can, everybody's got kind of like a nod of a... Hell yeah, kind of a thing.
And then when you stand up, they pretend like they're not looking.
Right. That's funny.
Hey.
As if you didn't just get it on.
I'll just shoot my email up here real quick so everybody knows where to send videos. If you want them on the show, send them to benchmonster@gmail.com. give me a brief description of what you're doing so I can write it down in my notebook here
Yeah,
by
you guys
hand,
make the show.
and
We
I
need your
will
videos.
post it.
Need
That's how we
your
operate here.
videos. You guys are the ones that make the show, and we enjoy seeing what you're doing each week and celebrating your PRs with you and the lifts that that you did that you're proud of. So keep sending those videos. We like to use them.
Howard, how's the
Howard
question?
Weingarten. Hey Howard, thanks for joining us. Always good to see you. Question. I'm kind of doing Tony Carlino's bench, getting into my shirt every other week, and it relying on boards but floating the bar. What do you think I'm still what do you think I'm still trying to break in my shirt?
You know, as far as a band shirt break in, you know, start at 4 boards, 3 boards, work it down, 2 boards, 1 board. You got to figure out, you know, where your sleeve is going to be. You know, we put the shirt all the way up, and at the elbow here we have 2 fingers from the elbow, and that's one particular lift, and that's usually a lighter bar weight. Then we have 1 finger from the elbow. Then we put the sleeve all the way at the elbow, and that's the most aggressive point in the band shirt. So I think it's a great idea, and getting into the shirt every other week is good too. We're doing it every 3rd week, and we're getting our shirt next week. We're doing a 4-week wave type of thing. It was supposed to be, we scratched Tuesday night. It was supposed to be floor press, but nobody, you know, everybody was kind of petered from that band lift stuff. So we'll probably start 2 board next week, and then we'll do either a 5 rep max or a 2-ply shirt, full range movement, and then we'll have a reverse band or a decline, and then we rotate those back. And on week 5, we do week 1's exercise, which you hit, say it's 2 board, you did 900. Well, on week 5, you got to do 2 board and do 905 at least. You got to beat your record. So it's always a contest within yourself, and that's how we're kind of going to roll. That's the way I like to do it. That way it's mimicking. You always have a contest. You have a number to beat. It doesn't go in and just lift, and you got to go in and beat that number now. So it's pressure you put upon yourself, and it'll make us stronger and better. But also touching in the shirt too. A lot of times that's kind of a hard thing to do in those shirts because they tend to float a little bit at the bottom. But that's where that dialing in of the sleeve comes in, where you adjust that sleeve to 3 finger, 2 finger, 1 finger, and elbow. So if you pull it up, you know, 3 fingers, you're probably going to get down hypothetically in a shirt, you know, 700, 2 fingers, 750, 1 finger, 775. And then at the elbow, that's a tough one because that's the most aggressive point. That's how we do it. Maybe not how you guys do it, but that's how we play with our band shirts. So, but I think it's a good idea while you're breaking that shirt. I don't know which one you're breaking in. Is it the 4-ply, Howard? That's an aggressive shirt that needs to be broke in, and need to get it down to a 1 board. And you know, you got to touch, obviously, so that's kind of another thing too. And if you don't have a crew, that's another thing, you know, spotters and board holders. And yeah, you can use the bench blocks as boards, but you know, you can't hand off to yourself 800 and whatnot. It's tough. I wish you lived like 35-40 minutes from us, can drive over. Dan Logman drives an hour and 20 minutes each way on Tuesday.
Right.
Come train with us. So, Kyle, what's wrong with your eye?
God, it's tripping. I don't know. I don't know my contact.
Well, quit putting your dirty fingers in it.
Like I see like a blob of fuzz, like right here.
Well, you'll probably be blind.
Nuts.
Maybe you should wear glasses like me.
I'm about to switch out my contact right now.
Okay.
And I'd have to use the screen as a mirror.
No, nobody wants to see that. You do that on your own time. Read Kyle's post here.
Kyle, only video I have lately is failing at 635.
Okay.
LOL. I was super disappointed as I know I can rep 635 for at least 2. Of course, by the time I tried to video, I was dead ass fatigued.
Hey, you'll be back another day.
Happened.
Yeah, that happens. You know, when you come in fresh, you'll hit it.
Hi, Mr. Weingarten, Kyle says. And Kyle also says, after lifting 600 plus and feeling how it weakens you after is amazing. Thinking people are benching partially double that in some cases equipped.
Hey, 600 deadlift's a great lift. I mean, you can't take anything away from that. That's something you don't see every
It's
day
a
you walk in the
solid
gym.
deadlift for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're probably using a regular bar that doesn't have any flex in it, which makes it that much
True.
harder.
True.
If you had one of those fancy, what do they call them, elephant bars, or
650 with
yeah,
a deadlift bar.
yeah, that moves
Even
it.
not an but just like a deadlift bar.
Yeah, it flexes 4 inches and then the weight comes off. That's pretty good, but I think they're trying to ban that in federations. I don't know.
Well, I heard they did ban the kabuki bar.
Yeah, go figure.
I think the elephant bar is a strongman.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was
the kabuki bar.
Isn't the elephant bar with these in strongman? It's like 9 feet long and
Well,
yeah.
Did I not just say it was a strongman?
I don't know if
It's
that's
not,
right. I don't
not
know.
like a powerlifting one.
Well,
The kabuki
it could
bar,
be.
I think, is what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
And that they're thinking of. I don't know if they're thinking of it or if they've already banned
I think
it. I think they've
I
actually.
think Chris Duffin did 1,000 in his bar, if I'm not mistaken,
so.
when he was lifting. I don't see
But
him
everybody went out
bidding.
and bought this kabuki bar because
and
it
he
was
can't use
becoming
it.
really big in competitions, and I think they banned it.
Yeah, I heard
They
that.
either
Some
did
federations
or
did.
they were, or they're just thinking about
Yeah.
it, talking about it. Oh God, we gotta put that right back on. Sorry. Bad hair day. Kyle, it could make a good comeback series. LOL.
You're bouncing around now.
I did. I think the finer muscle fibers in the arms and hands heal faster than the gross motor skill ones in the posterior chain, if that makes sense.
You know, I don't deadlift. It's a very taxing movement. Like I said, you use every muscle from the pinky toe to the top of your head when you deadlift. It's a total body CNS destroyer.
I agree.
If you do it too many times and yada yada yada, also stiffens your lower back. I know people that are great deadlifters and they can't arch. They lay flat as a pancake on the bench.
Yeah, me too.
Happens.
Yeah.
I did have a video that I saw today that I saved. Some kid, I never heard of his name, but he benches 606 and he is flat as a pancake and doesn't look very
Who's
big.
that?
I don't know, but he put it up like 135, and I don't know who he is, but I saved it to my saved videos on Facebook. I was impressed. I don't know who he is, but he put it up like nothing. I watched it a few times. Howard.
Hey Kyle, yes, it's still the 4-ply. And in the last couple weeks, some people are asking about the bench, so I'm hoping they show up and maybe start a crew. Also, do you tuck the elbows like a poly?
You're wearing a 4-ply F8 or I guess. Tuck the elbow slightly. I can't tell anybody to bench with their elbows completely out like this. That is just in here asking for trouble. So I kind of slightly tuck the elbows. I do. And Jimmy Kolb recommended that to me too, because I was confused about the band shirts 2-3 years ago. He said, Ryan, just bench it like you do in a poly. And that's what the Battle Ready guy said too. Treat it like a poly, tuck the elbows. So it depends on what shirt you have, but if you look at Jimmy, he tucks his elbows in an F8. I could never. I remember when I first had my first band shirt in 2015 or whatever it was, and I was trying to do this, and it scared me to death. So I actually got it down now, kind of tucking them. Bring the bar out, turn those elbows in just a tad, feel the pressure of that shirt, and just keep working it. That 4-ply, it's going to loosen up a little bit as you break it in. So you at least got to start getting it to one board and figure out with the sleeve up, probably 2 fingers above the elbow, and start playing with it there. Then you got the whole setup issue where, you know, you go grab the bar and you set up, and then the shirt changes and whatnot. So you got to learn how to do that. There's a technique to that too. Basically grabbing the bar like this and then putting one hand. I swing up and do this, and the neck goes in my throat. But BJ Dirk helped me with that recently, so just trying to get better. Kyle.
Oh man, the bar is ridiculous. It whips so stupidly. My head was bobbling with it. LMAO, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I've seen people use those bars that bend so much. It's basically a rack pull or an 18-inch
Yeah.
deadlift.
Yeah. And if you're going to do a meet somewhere, you want to find out what deadlift bar they're using so you can use the same equipment in training as you will on the platform at the meet. But you're probably not going to find any quality bars in a public gym. They just buy the ones 500 is all you should put on them, because then it starts bending ridiculously. And on the bench anyway, I don't know about deadlift. Some places have deadlift bars, some gyms, but not. I don't think Gold's Gym here has one.
Not like a Gold's Gym.
No. Kyle.
I bench raw and give a tuck in the elbows. I probably don't even flare, actually.
That's good.
That's good. You know, don't want to be flaring. That's the problem. So that's good. Howard Weingarten, just having a hell of a time opening up that chest panel. And yes, it's an F8, and I'll keep the elbows at 8 and 4.
Yeah, good. You know, I don't know if it'll help, but dampening the shirt with warm water might warm the material up and help a little bit. I know we used to use that trick back in the day. I don't know if that applies. Well, you know, I've cut open a band shirt before, and I've looked at the little band things in there, and they're circular, and they're very small. And the one I cut open anyway. But anything you can do, probably more repetition stuff where you can get a stretch, lockout stretch, you know, keep getting that stretch going, and it'll open up. You're dealing with 4 crazy plies, so I know BJ's 4-ply, he hasn't touched in it, and he got it to a one board one time with like 1100, and I think he got it at the time. Yeah, a long time ago, like two meets ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he was telling me how, you know, aggressive it is at the bottom, the last inch down there. You know, kind of you're trying to get it down, and it just hovers. So it takes some playing, but do shit like that with big weight, you got to have people there on the sides to spot, because anything can happen, and when that weight comes down, it happens quick.
It's fast.
Very fast.
Really fast.
And a good handoff person will be standing over you when you're lifting and looking at your descent and making sure that forearms are directly under the bar and not anything looks weird. They should be pulling that. Take it. That's the word. That's 911 in a band shirt. Kyle.
I'd like to go to Spanaway Fitness, but it's a bit farther down the road, and I've been having car issues lately, as every so often I've had to push start the poor thing, so I've been kind of landlocked. Oh, yeah, that makes it.
So what, you got a starter issue, a battery issue, something going on in the car, Kyle?
Something not quite right.
Yeah, something's not quite right.
I've heard of Spanaway Fitness. Where have I heard of that from?
It's a gym. They have those
Oh,
around.
geez,
Not
okay.
here, though. Not here, though.
It's a gym?
It's a gym.
Okay.
Yeah. Douchebag.
He says there's some big lifters there.
Big lifters there. That'd be some good people to align yourself with, if they're not bodybuilders. You got to find people that are into power, share the same passion.
Sure.
Sometimes it's easy to grow a crew. You got a great bench, you know, that's a good thing to start with. People like the bench. And if you get a few in there and they start asking about deadlift, well, you deadlift too. So then you start getting something going there.
Your own powerlifting team.
And you kind of coach them along the way, give them some technique
Help
advice,
them
and
here and there.
make sure they're having fun and making progress, because when they're not, they're going to peace out on you. Howard.
Yes, I've hit 560 for 2 reps and trying to hit more weight for sure. More reps in it. Trying to hit more weight for more reps.
On what board are you hitting 560 with that weight? 3 board? I'm assuming that it's pretty aggressive, I don't know how big your chest panel is and how it was made based off measurements or a chart, but it kind of gives me an idea of what you're working with. If I know where you're doing those 560s at, what board press you may be getting them on. Because we do 3 board, we do 2 board, 1 board. I even got a half board I offered to bring in. It's out there in the garage. And so is my carpet for carpet press. I still got to make that. I got the tape now, so you're going to have to help me roll it up and tape it up. So use a piece of carpet rolled up instead of a board. That way the weight, you know, you don't really, when a board's there, you have a tendency to bring it down faster than you normally would, like in a contest, because, you know, the board's going to catch it. But with the carpet, it's going to come down, hit the carpet, transfer further down, and then the weight transfers through your body and push it up. So haven't posted a video doing that yet, but that could be one of our movements in the next 4 weeks. Spanaway Fitness is a what?
Powerlifting strongman gym.
Perfect.
I could probably get people going at the local gym, but people tend to distract me.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if it was a bunch of women, sure.
Well, sometimes you get women that want to join the crew too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't count yourself out.
Sometimes.
Some people like strength and want to get strong.
Yeah.
And big. So if you can supply that to people, and because you want to keep them there, that's the hard part.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
They come and go.
Exciting
Yeah.
until they actually see its work, and then you lose.
Oh, then it's
people.
work and it's commitment. You got to be there at a certain time, and it's painful. It's a pain game, man. It's nothing comfortable. I'll tell you that. Howard Weingarten,
Right.
just floating it, probably around a 3 board.
How thick should the carpet roll up be?
Yeah, because I like to roll it up, and probably a. That's a good question, because you want to have a little. You don't want to roll it up tight. You want a space in the middle. So, probably, what we say like that is, Ashley.
3 board.
Diameter.
Oh, diameter.
Yeah, probably
So the
a
diameter.
size of a 5-pound plate with a gap in the middle. So, you know, something like that. And you have the gap in the middle. That way the carpet can fold on itself to right here, and then you press out of that. So, and you can make it any size,
So
really.
if you have it start like a 4 board, and then it'll squish
Yeah.
to about a 3 board.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, it's gonna be around a 1 and 2 board
AJ's.
area at the bottom. Hey, AJ Roberts, what's he saying?
AJ Roberts.
Good to see
Hi,
ya.
AJ. Good to see you here. Hey. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll catch the replay as I missed the beginning.
Oh, cool,
Sounds
AJ.
Good. Well, it's good to have you here. I don't know if you heard us talking. We're gonna have Daniel Ryjov here next week.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a big raw bencher guy. But yeah, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, AJ.
Better late
Appreciate
than
that.
never. We're excited to
We're always here.
see you. Yeah, we're always here every
Yeah.
Thursday.
It's our life.
Riff and Raff. People are getting sick of us, but that's why we're having a guest next
Yeah.
week. So it's not just these 2 douchebags here. You have somebody else to hear from.
Yeah,
so
it takes the
hope you're doing well too.
weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, I hope everything's going well and training's going well. And I know Connie's sure been having fun training with you and enjoying that. So that's really cool. But I hope everything's going good.
Yeah.
It's awesome to have you here. We missed you. It's been a long time.
Long time.
It's good to see your name here in the chat box.
Last time we saw AJ, he put up 1,000 at the
I
auto.
know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was crazy. That was badass for sure. Well, thank you for joining us, AJ. It's quite a pleasure. We got Kyle up next here, but guys always want so much advice or something. I wind up at double the rest time periods I use pretty quick, and yeah, that's exactly it. Everyone wants a big bench, but not all are willing to work for it.
That's right.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
That's the good thing with beginners, because they see the most progress right off the bat, and then it stagnates a little bit. Then they kind of, hey, but if you can have them for 3 months, 6 months, and then they quit on you, you know, I mean, they come and go, man. I've had that.
They do.
Yeah. I don't even really get to know their name. They're always new guy to me until they've been there for 6 months. Then they get a nickname usually. That's how I work. Howard Weingarten. So around 6 inches thick sounds about right. Yeah, it's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work for a 2 because when you compress the carpet, it's going to be around a 2 board. So that's about right. Tape it up and use that as a board instead of a board. A little different mix. West Side used to do that, and I picked up some carpet, and I keep seeing it out there laying in the garage. I just got to get it and tape it up. Kyle.
I haven't board pressed in a few months, and I'm thinking of adding those in again as they helped a lot last time for sure.
Yeah, you got to throw in a variety of things. Full rein, board press, floor press, reverse band, decline, incline, steep incline, close grip bench, 3-board lockout, 4-board lockout. Rotate them. That's how I do it. AJ.
We got AJ again. He says, I watch the replays and always enjoy the show. That's awesome. Thank you. Glad you're watching. Glad you're enjoying it. Recently hit 1,003
At 308.
at 308. So 2 weight classes now. That's amazing.
275.
Next stop, 275. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I train
That's
it.
awesome.
I train at like 285 and then water deplete and then have somebody that can run IVs and get 2 bags in you, lactated ringer and a sodium chloride, and then well, that's pumping in one arm. You have a deep dish pizza and salt and vinegar chips and Gatorade with stress decks in it, or Butte tablets. You know how it's done.
I guarantee he's heard you say that before.
Oh yeah. The
He's
tricks of the
fighting on
trade
that
right
for
there.
A while, yeah.
Kyle.
He knows what to do.
I know. I just like to hear myself talk.
You will not hear me argue with that.
That's right.
One little bit. Kyle, oh man, I know I've trickled up around 500 for basically a year, but it was a different variation every time as I was bouncing 465, then tapping it, and eventually I'll be able to pause it.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything over sets of 8 for 6 months, so I bet if I walk up a set of 12 or something, it may bust a plateau. And geez, y'all are savage with these 1,000-pound benches.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 105 people have done 1,000 now. That's crazy. Reminds me of when the Rage X came out. And I just did the 800 in a denim, and then the Rage X came out, and anybody and everybody was hitting 800. So it's kind of cool.
AJ says, Ryan with the real secrets
Yeah.
there.
They're not secrets. They're just great tricks of the trade. Something about those IV bags, man. When they put those in you, you get the puffy hands and everything. And
hydrated.
that 1075 video I showed tonight, I remember I got down to 305. 2 weeks out, I dropped that water weight and then did the IV bags. Came back about 325 for the meet. So that's how I do it.
Kyle says, I feel like the center of attention. Also, it's okay. We all come here to hear y'all spread that knowledge, or at least that's why I come here, as y'all have been a treasure trove.
Thank you, Kyle.
Appreciate that. We're glad you keep coming every week. It's awesome to have you.
Yeah, and like I said, after a meet now, it's kind of experimental time. We're going to do some different things and really shock the body, and that's why you saw the kettlebells on there on speed day, and we're going to be doing some awkward things and see if we can make some progress out of that. Trying to raise our raw bench and people trying to raise our shirted bench too. So
For sure.
I got to print out that tricep. I have a tricep sheet that's like 46 different tricep exercises, and they want it up at the meet or at the gym next to the dry erase board. So I got to print that out. There's a few more I got to add to there, like wine gardens I need to add, and
really?
yeah, and there's another one we've done recently. Yeah, any and everything. So when I say, what do you guys want to do for triceps? Go look at the board, pick one.
Go pick one.
Yeah, it's not that we have to sit there and think like because we're stuck on the
through all the
thing.
ones
We're
you
stuck
know.
on the same 5 different ones, and
I know.
we got to
it's
add
easy
some
to
variety.
do. Yeah, you should. Do you know where exactly where it's
Yeah,
at?
it's on the computer up there. So I got it
Oh,
saved.
nice. So you can just print it out.
Print it out.
Boom. There you
Well, hey, y'all, we'll be hopping off here, and I want everybody to know that we have Daniel Ryjov coming next week. He'll be a guest, and as long as there's no computer hiccups and things, we'll get him on here and ask him questions, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a fun show, and we hope to see you all, and hope you have some questions for Daniel. And hope we don't have any trolls. They will just get, we won't answer their questions. If I see anything inappropriate.
We don't usually have any.
We don't usually have any, but if we get,
Maybe.
I get one wild
He's
asshole
got
on
quite
here.
a big following, so if he
We just-
like posted on his,
yeah.
we might have some new.
Yeah.
But hopefully anybody that would see it from following him is a fan and would only post positive things.
Yeah.
So hopefully it won't be an issue.
Hopefully we don't have anybody. Apparently, we get one once in a while asking stupid
Pretty
shit.
rarely.
We skip them. We don't acknowledge them.
We're pretty,
We just
pretty
go right
lucky.
over
We
it.
haven't had too many.
And you guys will
yet.
see that if you'll see it on there yourself in the chat box, and you'll see us skip right over. So, yeah.
LOL 46 tricep exercises. Yeah, I'd say you were the tricep god at this point.
Yeah, I've done so many different ones, and I can't remember them all, so I write them down. And I had it at the gym before, behind the dry erase board. Somebody stole it.
Oh, really?
Yep, I had it back there, tucked behind it, and somebody stole it.
That surprises me.
Not that it'll do them any good,
It's
but
just-
apparently they
it
wanted
probably
it.
just like fell down and got thrown away.
Probably did.
honestly.
I'd agree with that
can't
one.
imagine somebody like
Would take that home like it's the holy grail.
I mean, I don't know if they
Yeah.
were smart and knew who you were. They might.
Well, it didn't have my name on it, so it could have been anybody. Who knows?
I think they were just getting that.
Yeah, but I'll print it out
Oh,
again.
holy
I'll bring it
secret.
in tomorrow because we need some new shit to do tomorrow. So,
Excuse me.
all right, sign us out so the bench monster can go get his boring dinner.
Looks like there's nobody else coming through in the chat box. Everybody's tired. We're losing everybody.
Summertime's here. It's going to be really warm out our way, so get out and enjoy that sunshine.
It's been really hot our way.
Don't be a hermit and stay in your house. Get some vitamin D. Watch out for that ozone layer. We don't have one anymore. You can get skin cancer out there, so limit yourself.
AJ, if you're still there, it was nice to
Yeah,
see you.
thank
It was
you,
cool
AJ.
to see you in the chat. That's cool. You have to stop by and say hi in the chat more often. I
Yeah.
know it's kind of a tough time.
Yeah.
He's in a different time zone, but
Yeah, you got kids.
it was cool to see you in the chat box. So
Yeah, haven't seen
hope
you.
everything's going great for you, and excited for you hitting your 1,003 at 308.
Once I get a
Two
few,
weight classes
get a few
now.
bucks in my pocket, we'll come
extremely
down to
badass.
San Diego and visit.
Yeah, it'd be freaking cool.
Yeah.
I know Connie has a blast every time she visits, so we want to come too. We want to come.
I got a
too.
buddy who owns a restaurant down there. I think it's called Big Kahuna Burger.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah. I know the guy who owns it, and told him I'd come down and see him. He said he'd hook us up with some food, so that's one free meal while we're there. Or discounted
You
meal.
told him that like years ago.
I know. He'll remember. I'll text him.
Oh, he'll remember. I'm
Yeah.
just saying you told him that we'd come forever ago.
All right, read Howard's, and then we'll shut her down.
All right, Howard says, I'm also really starting to hit my upper back hard, trying to be like Ryan. Also, I heard somewhere to do shirt work for lower end and raw for upper.
To do shirt work for lower end and upper, and raw for upper. Okay, I kind of agree. Somewhere to do shirt work for lower end and raw for upper end. Does that make sense, or am I reading it wrong?
So like, should do shirt work.
For lower end strength and raw for upper end strength. I'm confused, Howard.
Or for upper. I'm not totally sure.
He's talking about upper back, and I train that on back day with face pulls, reverse pec decks, eyes, Y's, and T's are another one where you land on incline, take 15-pound dumbbells and do
Like shirt work. for
out
your
here, Y's and T's. Yeah, so you basically hit all the parts of the deltoid there.
Yeah,
but
I'm just talking about
Upper back's really
parts
important
of
though
your
too. That's where
back
your
or-
base is.
or to do shirt work for.
Kyle, high bar Olympic back squats builds traps like dorsal fins with tiny weight. LOL. I never even trained traps, but rows, pull-ups, and squats just build a huge back muscles. That's true. I actually train my traps specifically on Mondays. I do traps in forearms. So shrugs of all kinds, dumbbell shrugs with the weights in front of you, and deadlifts too will build your traps. You look at Lillibridge. Whoa.
I know.
But
Traps.
I can't high bar squat. If I put it above the thoracics, high bar, that's right where I have stenosis. So try to avoid that area. I'm a low bar squatter anyway, so I used to be. Back when my back wasn't messed up. But is what it is. Good to go?
I think so.
Okay. Well,
I think so.
sign us out and I'll
Go.
go.
Just wish we could answer Howard's question. That should be shirt work for lower.
Boards and raw. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. 3 and 4 boards is usually for me a raw movement. And 2 boards and 1 board is usually great shirt work area. But also 2 board, 1 board raw too is great also. So yeah, Casimir told me that wide grip shrugs was the ticket to traps. Told me that in Alaska. How do you build traps?
Kyle
He said
you, Casimir, and Lilybridge all have monster traps.
yeah, mine. I train them, but I'm not one of those guys that gets in the rack and puts 900 on there and picks it up and grunts. Yeah, that kind of works, but it's a lot of work to load it up. I'd rather do smooth controlled.
Get to load that kind of weight for bench. They're just doing it because it's the only time they're ever going to get to move that kind of weight.
Because yeah, when you're walking around and
That's what
people
they
see the traps to your ears, they know you're into something.
Yeah.
But I train them. It's like a bodybuilder, high reps, make them burn, pausing at the top, just lighten them up. Then I do forearm work, yada, yada, yada. Got to start training my legs more, though. I know
You
that.
think?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm just a pit shark and leg press dude, so.
You don't even do that anymore.
I know. I gotta find a day to do it. All
There's
right.
no excuse not to be doing those. Kyle, close grip for top end bench power is a good one too. For triceps.
Yeah. Jimmy said SSB bar for traps. I wonder if that is the where you get it on, and I think I may have saw him do it. You put the SSB bar on, and then you do this with it while it's hanging off your. That's a good idea. Thanks for that reminder. That's another trap exercise I can do. I just like to use the trap bar, the triangular thing, and not really deadlift, but pull it up and shrug it and whatnot.
SSB
shrugs, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about
That's a
that
good
one.
idea.
Yeah, totally spaced that one.
Yeah, you should totally do that.
I'm going to have to write down some shrug exercises now.
You should.
That's one to add to the list of
You have a day
4
for
things that I do for those. The SSB bar squats, good idea. Something different. Because my body kind of knows the same thing when I bring it in. But I try to switch repetitions. I do super high, super low. Like 315 is the most weight I'll do. And I just do them slow. I don't do this jerky-erky thing that people do. It might work, but smooth and controlled movements and mind-muscle connection type thing. Think about them growing. Think about them squeezing. That's kind of the ticket.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. And Kyle says, yeah, that would smash those traps, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir.
For sure. Literally.
All right.
For reals.
I can't wait for next week. I'm excited. I got some work to do.
Next week, the next time you see us, the next time we're on here, we will have a guest here with us.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
One side of the screen here. So just these two douchebags.
That means we're gonna have to sit like
You'll
over
see
here.
a new badass on the screen.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm really
Nice.
excited about it because I there's gonna be a lot to learn, and I'm gonna be writing down everything. So things he says is golden. So all right, gotta
Kyle
go.
says you can crush traps without any weight, man. Arms straight out sideways and make little circles.
Oh
Then
God.
big ones.
Yes, sir.
LOL.
Thank you, Kyle. Monday I will be doing that. Yes, sir.
SSB
Yeah.
shrugs.
Yeah, I just gotta make sure nobody's using that bar. And
We have 2 of them though.
We have 2?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
One's way nicer.
I
than
thought
the
isn't
other,
one
but
Nate's?
Maybe.
I think.
Maybe.
I
think
thought
so.
you can take off the handles that you hold on to, and you can do those JM things with it. Come down to your chest, roll it back. I might be wrong. I might have dreamt
I'm gonna
that. I
say
don't know.
No.
No?
I don't see any way.
That the handles come off? I swear I saw somebody doing that in the
I
gym.
guess I don't know what you mean.
Okay, I'll show you. Tricep movement. Might do it tomorrow. You got to work
Wouldn't that
tomorrow?
just make it a cambered bar? Yeah.
No, you come down and the pads hit you in the chest, and you hold the bar here, and you roll it back. The pads roll this way, and then you extend upwards, down, back, upwards. You'll see.
I'm
If we
not
can do
sure.
it, if we can do it tomorrow, I'll do
I'm
it.
not sure about that.
Okay. Please join us
You
next
show
week.
me.
You
Yes,
will not be
make sure
disappointed.
you're here next week for Daniel Ryjov. We're very excited. Lots of knowledge. Badass guy. We're super excited to hear what he has to say and learn lots more about the bench press.
So please
and
bring
more
your
about
questions to the
him,
show next
and,
week.
Yep, come with some great questions. Make sure you throw them in the chat box. Let's make it worth his time here. Get him some good questions to answer, and
Let's
get
do
him a
it,
good
man.
audience. And
I'm excited.
we're excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited. He'll be a great guest.
I got some fine tuning to do on here first, but let's make sure nothing's going to give us any hiccups here.
Better not.
Fuck.
Better
It's been a while. I'm a
You
little
better
rusty.
have that in line.
I will.
swear to
I'll be working
God.
on it. Okay.
You mess that up.
I won't. I will not. All right. Sign us out.
All right, guys. It looks like that's it in the chat box. And I know somebody over here is ready for food anyway. So
Food.
we're going to call it a day here. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate you spending your Thursday evenings with us. We hope you have a great evening, great day tomorrow, a wonderful weekend, an awesome start to your week next week, and we look forward to seeing you next Thursday with an awesome guest. Make sure you don't miss it. Please be here. Looking forward to it. Have a wonderful night. We love you guys. See you later.
Goodbye, everybody.